Welcome back. Well, I can't be the only person in the country nursing a broken heart, can I? I'm sure I'm not. I am absolutely determined to put my best foot forward, to keep on trucking, you know, all that stuff, keep calm and carry on. Having said all of which, obviously inside, you know, I'm feeling all sorts of things, no question about it. Very hurt, very sad, terribly disappointed, worried about the future, you know, all the normal stuff. Of course I am. So we thought we'd talk to the wonderful friend of the show, Sue Atkins, and just get a pep talk, a little bit of encouragement, and let's see what she thinks should become of the broken-hearted. Sue, hello. Thanks for joining me, my love.
Hello. How are you?
You know, well, I've had better days. I've had more charming weekends, I think, than reading all about my own private life in the papers, and obviously not a story that I ever wanted to read or ever thought I was going to live. So, you know, not the best, I'd say. Not the best. On the other hand, you know, I'm still here. I'm at work.
I really know how you feel, because I've been through the same process exactly myself. And in fact, work gave me my certainty. It gave me my confidence, because I knew I was good at it, and it kept the whole thing kind of going. I knew what I was doing when I was doing that. There are 7 stages, I think, Vanessa, that people go through, and I kind of made them up around grief and dying that a Dr. Kubler-Ross wrote about. And then I thought it's very similar, but eventually you do turn a corner and you do rise again. And I called it a phoenix stage. I actually bought a phoenix ring at one point and wore it.
Did you?
Because
I might do that. That's a good idea. Yeah.
Because I felt I was coming through it. It's not, you see, the whole point here is it's a process. It's not an event. And you will go through all sorts of emotions as you go through the process. Some of it, and the first thing is shock and pain and denial almost as well, and you can't quite comprehend it could happen, and in such a way as well. And you know, betrayal is such a thing that goes right to our souls and to our heart and who we are. We become really vulnerable. We think, am I foolish? Why didn't I notice? You know, what's wrong with me? All of these things. And then you go through perhaps the pain of that. Then you go through sometimes what I call a crazy time. Some people drink too much, eat too much, or don't eat at all, or sleep around, or have loads of sort of friends around and party. Some people get very insular. I mean, there's no right and wrong way to deal with it, just yours. But there is this process that I feel it's a good idea to stop, pause, reflect, make sure you are surrounded by people who genuinely love you and care for you. That's what I found to be the most helpful. That people that you can call up honestly at 2 in the morning and have a cry to if you need to, but not just going round there to friends and opening a bottle of wine and slagging the other person off, because that doesn't really move you forward.
I've had enough of that. I'm not doing that. I actually haven't really done that at all. I don't want to do that somehow. I don't have the urge to. I don't really want to discuss that person at all.
It's too painful, and it's somewhat too painful. And there's no right and wrong way of dealing with it. But being memorable, you know, really remembering that it's a process, and that you will have 3 steps forward, and then, oh God, 5 steps back, and that's okay too. And one of the key things I tell people, they don't really realise any major change in life or trauma or shock takes at least, and I'm sorry about this, 18 months to sort of 2 years to
does it? I was hoping to feel. What day is it today? I was hoping to feel better by about lunchtime tomorrow, and then I start having a lovely time again. I don't want to be. You need to see, the thing is that my mum died at 57 years old, and I have, you know, I mourn her every day of my. I miss her so much. She's missed so much. Now I might start crying. I hope I don't, because that'd be very unprofessional. And so when I lived to be older than my mum, and I am older, I'm 60, I've been so grateful to be alive. I've been so grateful, because I didn't think it was a given, right? So I was so pleased. So I was absolutely determined to kind of wring every ounce of happiness and fun and adventure, excitement from every day. And I really mean it. I'm not just saying it because it's sloshy and slushy. I really, really mean it. So when people said, oh, you're 60, you're old, how do you feel? The answer was grateful. I feel incredibly grateful. I'm so pleased to be alive. And I'm so determined to enjoy everything I'm given to have. But obviously, when you get a horrible shock and your heart snaps into a million pieces and you're just thinking, oh, my God, it's all that thing about I'm going to enjoy every minute. It's a gift. It's a wonderful thing. Just kind of evaporates, and then and so it's very difficult. We lost Sue at this moment. She suddenly disappeared. No, she's there.
No, I'm here.
And just it's hard then because you're on track to be appreciating every minute, and you're feeling so sad. It's hard, isn't it? I'm determined to do it, but it is hard. I don't want to be derailed from it. You know, I don't want to suddenly not be having. I don't want to wait 18 months of misery. Definitely not.
No. And you don't. And that's just the process. I'm not saying that that's going to happen to you. The other thing is also that be kind to yourself and don't rush through it and think, well, I should be over this by now.
I was thinking 6:44. It's enough already. Yeah. Get over it.
Well, then, but you see, it depends. You are very resilient. I'm very resilient, and I bounce back quite quickly from it. However, it is a process. That's what I want everyone else to realise too. Yeah. Yes, you can still have, you've said, pockets of happiness, I think it was an expression, which I thought, I think that's just glorious and joyous. And I'm similar age to you, and I'm the same. I have a natural positive kind of disposition. But I did feel the carpet was pulled from under me, and that's okay to feel that and to do that kind of grieving and do that process in private if you want to. And I bounce back, and you know, I don't share what I go through either in life. I'm a very private person, actually. I've got 2 or 3 really good friends. They know all about me, and they would be the ones I'd go to turn to as well. So yes, you don't have to go through it in 18 months, but I want people to understand it's not a quick thing. It's not by Thursday you should be over it and okay, because that's not honouring it either. That's not honouring how strong it was and how important it was to you. So I think it's a process, and do be kind to yourself. Get out and about, do stuff. Don't necessarily go wild all the time to sort of overcompensate, but just go through the process and get help from friends if you need to as well. And I know you will bounce back, and you'll bounce back even higher. And life doesn't end at 60, because I'm here boogieing away, doing my thing at 62. So, you know, life does begin again. And it may be different, but it can still be fantastic and still be happy too.
Oh, I knew you were the perfect guest for that moment. Thank you, Sue Atkins. What a pleasure. How lovely to see you. And isn't she reassuring, and isn't she fabulous? Did I talk to Trisha in Hearts quickly? Yes, Trisha's on the line in Hearts. Hi, Trisha.
Hi, Vanessa.
Hi, lovely.
Vanessa.
How are you?
Dear Vanessa, I'm good, thank you.
Good.
I just want to offer you my empathy.
Oh, thanks. I will take it. Thank you very much.
Please do. And also, Vanessa, I want to thank you for coming to work today. Because I would have been in my bed noshing my way through the day.
Well, I had reporters leaning on my doorbell at home. That's not nice. And I got thoroughly papped by paps jumping out from behind a wheelie bin and behind some kind of hedge. And somehow, however many times it happens, it's always a shock. And I had to write my newspaper column for tomorrow, and I had to talk to lovely Mark Machado about this show and plan what we were going to do. And I've had to, I'm doing my best. I just want to carry on. I do not wish to be derailed by this. I don't want to be. No. I don't want to stay in bed and cry. I want to go to work. I want to have fun. I want to live, because how long have we all got? Not forever, have we? I want to have fun.
Like yourself, my mother died. I've lived 20 years longer than my mother.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And, you know, when it got to Mummy's birthday, she was 51 when she died. When I realised I'd lived longer, I'm 71 now. Wow. When I realised I'd lived longer than Mummy, I couldn't get over it.
And me too. That's exactly how I felt.
It hits you, doesn't it?
Yes.
It really does hit you.
Yes.
And I just want to say something else, Vanessa, is I also had a very long marriage, as I know you did. I was married for 25 years. Now, lovely Sue Atkins isn't going to approve of this, because I was left 10 years ago, and I'm still not over it.
Oh, no. I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh, no. It's not that she won't approve. She'll be very sorry to hear it. She won't judge you. She'll wish that you were over it, my love. I hope you do get over it sometime soon, Trisha. It's very kind of you to phone, and thank you for the gift of empathy, which I do appreciate enormously. And listen, if I was ever going to be miserable, I've got to stop that and pack that right now, because guess who my guests are going to be after this break? If I say to you, making your mind up, if I say to you, the land of make-believe, if I say to you, the camera never lies anymore because there's nothing worth lying for, if I stand up and whip my skirt off, okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm not allowed to do that. That's not in my contract.